Oi. Now I ain't saying you ain't Queen, Esther, but why you gotta be so mean, Esther? Now I ain't saying you ain't Queen, Esther, but why you gotta be so mean, Esther? Get down, girl, to Shushan Town. Get down, girl, to Shushan Town. Get down, girl, to Shushan Town. Get down, girl. Here in Shushan, in what is now called Iran, King Ahasuerus laid the charm onto your king to his prom. Now if you do it little nasty, he would do you no harm, just like he did to Queen Vashti, but now she's dead and she's gone, and you're wrong. The king likes him young, he likes his virgins. He didn't know you're Jewish, all he knew was you're Persian. Virgin, Mordechai, he f***ed up my plan. I was gonna kill the Jews because my name is Haman. Now I ain't saying you ain't Queen, Esther, but why you gotta be so mean, Esther? Now I ain't saying you ain't Queen, Esther, but why you gotta be so mean, Esther? Get down, girl, to Shushan Town. Get down, girl, to Shushan Town. Get down, girl, to Shushan Town. Get down, girl.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Hanukkah Erotica Book Club podcast. I'm Raizel and I'm joined by my stepsister and co-host Malya. Hi, Mal.
Hello.
Should we redo that?
No, I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. It's real.
Thought it was good.
Relatable. Hi.
Hi.
And hello to our listeners. How you
Yes.
doing?
I'm good. I feel like it's funny that we're talking about Purim. This is our Purim episode, but I feel like I'm already in pre-Pesach mode. So,
Big time.
a lot has happened.
How was Purim?
Purim was great. How was yours?
It was fun. It was good. Busy.
I love Purim. Every year it comes, I'm like, this is just the best. There's nothing bad about Purim. Like, there's nothing annoying about Purim to me. Everything is just great.
Do you think that it not being Yom Tov is also part of that?
Totally.
Yeah.
100%. There's nothing to, it's just pure enjoyment. There's no, Pesach is great, but obviously there's a lot of, already I'm like, what did I order? What do I need to order? How am I going to get it? What am I going to clean? When am I going to this? There's none of that for Purim. It's just like pure, just like enjoy the fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah. No pressure, very little pressure. Like there's not much you have to do except show up.
I guess if you make hamantashen or mishloach manot, there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, and I do, but it's very low key. And I also feel like with mishloach manot, like really anything goes. Like,
I think that you're not, and neither am I, in a keeping up with the Joneses mishloach manot community.
Right, I know those do exist.
That sounds stressful. Have you ever received one of those crazy ones where it's a theme and they're gorgeous and it's like, how many of these did you have to prepare and plan? And that does seem stressful.
I feel like, remember that book we read, Olive Days?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she was preparing very elaborate mishloach manot. Like
I think
that
you're
was
right.
The kind of.
And I do think that if you're not in that situation, it is like anything goes, because literally who's not happy by just some kind of goodie bag filled with goodies?
Totally.
It's just
it's
so
like whatever
nice.
it is, it's fun. It's like just a bonus. And like, I don't know, I feel like, so many people, it's obviously just like leftover snacks they had around, but like, it's great. I'm happy for them.
I want those snacks. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. They're always good.
I'll
Whatever it is, it's
dive
fun.
your Purim snacks.
Totally. Those are the best
One
ones.
man's trash is another's treasure.
100%. Oh, and a cute little Purim anecdote that I've been saving for you is that on Purim evening, my son William is reminding me of what Shalach Mana, which is that like I wanted to have I wanted to order something cute, but nothing keep up with the Joneses and crazy. But I was like, oh, what can I order? So I ordered a bag of breadsticks, a little thing of olives, and a little thing of figs. And I thought that was a cute little savory snack combo.
Adorable.
The problem was that I ordered everything on Amazon and it came and it was like a little snack size bag of olives, a little snack size thing of figs, and a huge full sized, like family size bag of breadsticks that I thought was going to be like a snack bag. But they were like, I messed it up. Like I ordered 10 gargantuan breadstick bags. And then my like actual shalach mano bags, which were like pretty small, have like a little breadstick thing like sticking out of the top because they weren't supposed to be huge. But everyone appreciated them nonetheless, is my point. Like I just rolled with it and it wasn't a big deal.
I ordered theme bags. I think we maybe discussed so that Jojo was able to give out, he wanted to give out Paw Patrol themed ones.
Cute.
So the bag was themed, but then the stuff inside was just
snacks.
Regular.
Cute.
It's cute.
My sister called me on Purim night because she wanted to get flavored seltzer to add to her shalach mano bags, and she wanted my recommendation.
What'd you recommend?
I mean, she was like, what brand do you recommend? She was like, I'm in the store. What brand do you recommend? I mean, obviously, you know, it was Purim. So she was down to the wire. She was like, what brand do you recommend? I was like, I don't know, like Spindrift or LaCroix or like popular brand. I was like, I don't think you can go wrong. I was like, those are popular brands. And then she was reading me different. She was like, okay, I see Spindrift. I see Blood Orange and I see this. And I was like, Blood Orange is a good one. I don't know. I feel like you really can't go wrong. Any of those mainstream. That would be a joy to get in a shalach mano.
Such a joy.
But I was happy she turned to me for that advice.
It's great. It's like you're the expert.
Exactly. So, and then, sorry, this is not Perm related, but it is seltzer related while we're on the seltzer theme, which is that we were down in South New Jersey and we were at the like huge ShopRite that's down there where just everything, you know, the aisles it's like a football field in there.
Discuss the best.
And like, especially, you know, for us, that's like really a novelty. And I saw there was this guy, like an older guy, like a little bit ahead of me, pushing one of those huge shopping carts. And the whole thing was piled with 12 packs of a flavored seltzer. And they were all, or 8 packs, whatever. And they were all, I could see that they were the same flavor. Like they were all the same one. And I was like, I gotta see what this guy's seltzer flavor is. It's literally, I mean, it's like apocalypse planning level of, but it's all the same flavor. And I'm just like, what is this flavor he's stocking up on? So I'm like pushing my huge cart close enough to see, and I saw it was Polar Cranberry Clementine.
Polar Cranberry
The man literally had 250 cans of Polar Cranberry Clementine in a cart. And I was like, I don't think I've ever tried that, but that's a great big endorsement for this flavor.
I think I have Blackberry Clementine currently in the house, and it's called Blackberry Bramble. You're sure it was cranberry?
It was Cranberry Clementine. I'm almost sure. It was definitely not Blackberry Bramble. It said Clementine.
But it sounds pretty delicious.
Sounds good, yeah. Cranberry Clementine.
Would you say the can was a standard Polar, or there was like a pretty design on it?
I couldn't see the individual cans because they were in those boxes. It didn't look like a special design though. It looked pretty standard.
But you didn't discuss, like, hey, what's the deal with this cart filled with?
I did not interact with that guy. No.
You just checked it out.
It just was, lurking. Yes.
Mal, I have huge kashrut news.
Oh, you said. What is it?
Okay, well, first of all, 20 years ago, you shared with me that you loved Reese's Pieces and shared that there's no chocolate in it, which I think is a common misconception.
Agreed.
Maybe it's just so obvious. It's crazy that people don't know, or that I didn't realize, because it's just the peanut butter and candy shell.
No, most people don't realize because it looks like M&M's. People assume that there's chocolate.
Exactly. Okay, they are now Parav.
You know, I think I saw that.
Is that exciting for you?
It is exciting. I guess it's exciting. I mean, not like eating that many Reese's Pieces.
But might you now?
Because they're Parav?
I'm so excited to tell you.
Listen, I'm happy Reese's Pieces are in the news. I feel in general they get short shrift. I think they're really good. I feel they're an unpopular candy choice.
They're so good.
They're very good. But like when you get like Halloween hauls or like my kids bring home like Valentine, like whatever candy hauls, you never see Reese's Pieces really in the mix. They're not being given out.
I'll check next Halloween, see what's going on. I think they're probably in like a pack of other with Reese's peanut butter cups and maybe
No, the peanut butter cups
but
always
maybe
get
then
given
people
out.
are getting the fun size packs. I do have to show you one size. I saw like a bag of Reese's yesterday. That was so enormous.
Of Reese's Pieces?
Reese's Pieces, not in fun size packs, just like a
Yeah, big bag.
giant bag,
Yeah.
the likes of which I've never seen.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go back.
I feel like now the Reese's have those Easter eggs that are very popular now for this time of year. But I don't know, Reese. I don't know. I just feel like, I guess like with frum people, because there's like a lot of meat eating maybe, like there's more, having them be parev is more exciting, but I'm not like fleishik so often that it's like a big
You're not
change
eating
to my
so
lifestyle.
much meat and then dying for a snack.
Right. Like usually if I'm eating
Suffering.
meat, it's like for dinner and then like I'm not then like pulling out my huge bag of Reese's Pieces post dinner.
Okay. that
Every
was
once in
pretty
a
exciting.
while, maybe I would
What
do
about
that.
like back to Mishlach Manot, like
Yes.
this idea that like I feel like in frum culture, well, Mishlach Manot, no, I guess it's not necessarily. It's like Jews of all backgrounds give them out, but like the idea that like all the snacks in them are parv, I feel like is a thing, or like the hamantaschen or parv is a thing.
Totally.
But it's like you could just not eat it after eating meat if you get dairy. Like it's only more and more recently I feel that people are putting dairy in their hamantaschen at all. And I don't think that many people in the Orthodox community are. Thoughts on this?
No, I think in general, like in the Orthodox community, it's like anything celebratory involves meat. And so like anything that you're gonna eat around something celebratory has to be parev. I think that like I think totally. Milchig hamantaschen are really just the result maybe of like more of a foodie culture and the realization that like you can't really make good baked goods. It's
Without
hard to make
butter.
good baked goods that aren't dairy. So
Yes, foodie culture's influenced it. I have two recipes that I use. The one with butter is obviously, so much better. But then I was
can't even
reading
compare.
this PJ Library book, Not for All the Hamantaschen in Town. It's like it's like a Three Little Pigs retelling. Are you familiar with that PJ
I'm
Library
not,
book?
but we got a PJ Library book this year that was somehow a Cinderella retelling involving hamantaschen.
Okay, interesting. This is Not for All the Hamantaschen in Town, a Three Little Pigs retelling. And in the back, there's, you know how they have like recipes or whatever, it's very PJ Library?
Sure.
Sour cream in the recipe. It's like sour cream
In the hamantaschen?
in the dough.
Oh, wow. Weird.
I'm surprised that that's their go-to. They're sticking in the back of the book. That's the tried and true.
Interesting. That seems offbeat.
I know. That's why I'm sharing.
Doesn't sound good, to be honest.
No, I have an aversion to sour cream. It doesn't sound good at all.
Why would you put that in? It just seems overly complex unnecessarily.
Seems like it's gonna go bad when I put it in my Purim bags.
Right. Well, it's sour. Is it supposed to be making it more like sourdough?
No, I don't think so. I think it's supposed to make the dough moist. Because actually, I do have a recipe for a tiny bit of sour cream that goes in a bundt cake.
A tiny bit,
And-
okay.
And that is yummy and moist, even though it's my mom's recipe. I should not take credit for that. Sorry, mommy. And there's a little bit of sour cream in her chocolate bundt cake recipe, which is like the best ever. It's just for moisture. Me and her both have a sour cream aversion. I'm sure I just inherited it from my mom. So anyway, okay.
I did see like from food cooking influencer who was making like a meat hamantaschen.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited by pizza taschen and by like the meat hamantaschen bareka type thing.
Yeah, it's like basically a bareka shaped like a hamantash.
Delish.
That sounds good. See, like, why not? Like, if you're gonna make a par of hamantash, just make a meat hamantash. I feel like that's a new thing, though. I think that's a new thing where Jews are getting hip to like you can't just like throw margarine and raw ramen noodles and everything and call it a day.
That is true. Are you seeing all these Instagram reels of Pesach recipes that look really like matzah arayes?
Oh my god, no.
I'm seeing a lot of K4P, Pesach, new foodie culture recipes.
Do they involve, like, matzah raya seems more old school to me, like trying to make something that's not really supposed to be. Like, I feel like the real foodies are just like, let's embrace like quinoa. Let's embrace like different kinds of vegetables. Like, let's not like try to make a cereal out of like tapioca starch. Like, that to me, matzah raya is more in that camp. But I don't know. I'm judging.
I understand what you're saying. Like, these are the foods we can eat. Let's make these foods good. But I have to say, Mal, like, I am confused by, like, some people's, like, pleas on the internet for recipes that they're looking for the Seder or for Pesach. It's like, looking for vegetable recipes. Like, vegetables are kosher all year round.
Right.
All vegetables are kosher. I guess not all vegetables. Some vegetables are kitniot, but, like, string beans or something.
String beans, yeah.
Is that it, though? Like,
Corn, peas.
corn, peas, string beans.
Most vegetables are K for P.
Right, like imagine like corn, string beans, peas. Those are not vegetables I cook regularly for like dinners for me personally. Right. It's not like I don't make so just like looking for recipes that I can make for Pesach that are vegetable based. I'm like literally anything.
Right, it's all right. Unless they all involve like sprinkling breadcrumbs on top of them.
Right, sesame's kitniot though.
Sesame is kitniot, yeah.
Okay, so no trina.
They can handle no hummus. It's garbanzo beans are also.
Right, but like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm seeing a lot of people asking. Then I saw an Instagram reel of like, you asked for it. You asked for high protein matzo balls. Here it is. I was like, I have to get off I didn't watch that video.
High protein matzo balls.
Who's asking? Anyway, what did they put in there? Protein powder? I didn't watch.
The high protein thing is a bit also it's like, come on guys, like it's 7 days, like you might not, I don't know, you have to pack your protein into matzo balls, like people are just trying to put shit out there. I don't know. I respect that. I get it.
Yeah, they're hustling.
Nonsense.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's okay. I mean,
and matzo balls are
dense enough. Like I don't know what you're packing in there. It's gonna be like sink like a stone.
Oh man, I'm not looking forward to the non-Gebrux potato starch fake matzo balls.
Oh yeah, see that's my point. Is like then just don't have a matzo ball. Like there's so many delicious vegetable-based soup recipes.
Just give me a good soup
that you could just make.
This year I'm a no thank you for the matzo ball. Just no thanks. Yeah. Last year, Mal, I feel I might have shared this a year ago on our Pesach episode, but I took a bite and then I out loudly was like, oh my God. It's like a long table. Like there was a random family having dinner with us that night. Like what is in this? I had a audible reaction. This year I'm just a no thank you.
Right. You live, you learn.
Fake matzo balls.
It's a no. It's a hard no.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But anyway, I'm excited. There's a lot of preparations, obviously, in the family, but I just show up.
That's amazing. See, it's like Purim. It's great. It's so great.
A+.
I do want to say on the subject of another one of our regular topics that we return to, Jonah Platt. I saw that his dog had a bark mitzvah. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
It was a nice carousel.
I saw that he's hosting the Jewish Book Awards.
Of course he is.
Yeah, March 26th. Tickets are free.
Oh, in the city?
At the time that you hear this episode, it'll be past March 26th. But for Molly and I, it's tomorrow, baby.
It's tomorrow. Wow. What a night. Is it in New York?
I have bad Jonah Platt news.
Oh no, what?
Jonathan was at an event that he was at, and he was asked, what was the inspiration for your podcast?
Yeah.
And his answer did not include our podcast.
Well, he's full,
That's what I said.
He's giving the audience what they want to hear, maybe.
Exactly. We know from that. I mean, I said, just go up and find him, tell him who you are. He'll
give
tell
you the real truth.
He'll give you the real truth.
Yeah. Come on. We see through that silly, paparazzi answer.
Maybe on my lunch break tomorrow, I'll go visit him at the Jewish Book Awards.
Oh yeah. I just want to say that I just feel like that this the cake that this dog had for its bark mitzvah, it might be fancier than the cake I had for my actual human bat mitzvah.
Oh, I'm sure it was fancier than mine. I don't think cakes were that fancy in the 90s.
This
They
one is
weren't
like a real
tiered. I'm sure it was
Torah.
this
It's
cake
shaped
tiered.
like a Torah. It has like the scroll things coming out made out of something edible.
Oh, it's definitely fancier. How do you feel about a bar mitzvah? I find them irksome.
So, I mean, it's a little shticky. I get it. He's like, his whole social media presence is being like a, super Jew. So he's got to grab every opportunity. But I think, it's a bit much.
Yeah, I find the bar mitzvah thing, it's pushing it for me.
It's pushing it. It's very kitschy.
Yeah. It's like
his dad is there. They're like doing the hora, holding the dog. The kids are running around. Yeah, I see. His dad is doing the hora. It's really kooky.
I'm pretty into it as a scene in a book that I'm never going to write, though.
It'd be great in a Jewish romance.
Fantastic.
Like, it would be
his
funny.
Character, he's a great character for a book, though. Like, his thing, his platform,
Totally.
his podcast, his tats, his Jewish stars, like, the drama I sense within the family, like, differing opinions, and a bar mitzvah with Mark Platt dancing. Come on.
This would be a good scene also, like, if he, I know his wife, like, he's married for years now with children and his wife converted, but like it would be funny in an alternate reality where like he's just dating her and she's not Jewish and he invites her to the bar mitzvah and she's just like this like non-Jewish lovely normal person and then she's like
she
there
makes the
watching
cake
a horror
actually
with
because they're always bakers in romances. She bakes the cake.
She bakes the cake, but then she like maybe she thinks it's for a human and she goes like, it's so elaborate and then there's like it's like literally on the floor and the dog has its face in the cake.
Yeah, because he's embarrassed to say that it's for a dog, but it just emphasizes that it cannot have chocolate. The bar mitzvah is allergic to chocolate, but really it's because it's a dog and dogs can't eat chocolate.
Yeah, that's good. And then she comes with this beautiful cake thinking it's like for his nephew or something, niece or I don't, you know what I mean? And like then he just sets it on the ground and the dog comes.
Wow.
That's a good scene.
Fantastic. Maybe we do have something.
We might be writers of Jewish
book.
romance after all. The dog has like a kippah like attached with a clip to its ear.
It's animal abuse.
It's borderline.
It's anti-Semitic animal abuse.
I don't know. It's a little, yeah, I don't know. It's a little off-brand to me. Like, I don't know exactly what he's going for.
I don't either because there's something about the kitschiness or it's like, I don't know. I can't exactly put my finger on it.
It doesn't feel so cool. It feels like he should be a little more cool.
I think you think he's cooler than he is.
Listen. Cool is a relative term, okay?
Okay.
His label is like actor / Jewish advocate / dad. So like,
Right, of course.
Nothing's going to be that cool, but like.
I told you his Patreon is the Megillah.
Yeah, that's that.
Obsessed.
That's good. That's the inner circle, the Megillah.
It's really great. Okay, so is there anything else I wanted to share before we dive into this episode? That's my question.
Reese's Pieces are kosher. We covered that. I drank a surprising amount of alcohol on Purim, to be honest with you.
Did you? Was it wine?
No, that's the thing, is that it was I never drink hard alcohol. I don't even really have access to hard alcohol. I literally can't remember the last time I had hard alcohol. But then our shul did like a women's night that was like a mixology night.
Oh, we talked about all the fancy cool nights that you have.
Yeah, but this one was like, Esther's, Achashverosh's staff and Esther, like all these different mixed drinks that had Purim themed names, but they all had a lot of alcohol. Like we made 3 different mixed drinks. I had like 4 sips of each and I was like drunk.
Of course. Were you hungover the next day?
A little bit. And then we went to this big Purim party and it was an open bar and there were just a lot of sweet, colorful, I don't know what they were.
Cocktails.
And I was and they were mocktails. Dangerously close to the cocktails, I'll say, and similarly colored for the children. And obviously my children wanted them. So I was going up to get them mocktails and helping myself to cocktails at the same time. Don't think I mixed them up at any point, thankfully.
You'd know.
I would know because the kid would be like on the floor.
Because if you drunk it, you'd know.
Right. Instead, they were just sugar high, which is like the opposite. But yeah. But I handled it well. The only time I've ever been like drunk to the point of vomiting was on a Purim many years ago, and it was nowhere near that. It was light.
This was light compared to that.
Very light compared to that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Thankfully, yeah, that was not what I was going for.
You don't want to be drunk to the point of vomiting on Purim when you have 4 kids.
No, I never want to be that again. I mean, even without the 4 kids, it's just not pleasant.
Most horrible feeling of my life.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's not what I want ever, really. Again, no.
Okay, I did want to share that I spoke a little bit with Ari Barron, author of Deal of...
What?
Delay of Game. I couldn't think of the name of the book.
Oh, I thought I was making a weird face. Yeah, I was like the book we last read, hockey.
I spoke with Ari Barron a little bit.
Oh.
But also like, because Ari saw that we read the book on the podcast, I read our transcript before listening.
Oh.
Because they wanted to see what we said.
I see.
And then like sent us a DM responding to some of our questions without listening. And I'm just like, imagine just reading this without getting a sense of who we are. That would be challenging.
And I feel like it might come across more like
100% it did.
Critical or negative than it 100%. Actually was.
I was like, you got to give us a listen. We're delightful. And we had a great time with the book.
Yeah. A lot might be lost without the actual. That never even occurred to me that someone would do that.
They went back and listened.
Oh, okay, that was nice.
But yeah. Also, to answer the question about Buddy, a hockey thing.
Calling a guy Buddy.
Yeah, very much a hockey thing. Ari said.
Noted. Okay. Fair enough.
And then books 3 and 5 of the series also have Jewish protagonists, but neither of them are very religious.
Well, okay.
And Ari was like kind of emotional about it. Thanks for reading. Sent us crying emojis.
Oh,
like very
so nice.
Sweet. Very
That's
sweet.
really sweet.
Yeah. But I was like, please listen.
Yeah, totally. But
and Ari was like, I promise I will. I have a 6-year-old and a manuscript for book 5 due in less than a month. Podcasts are a driving thing right now only, like for commuting. So, but yes, they went back and listened.
Okay.
And so if we're ever up for a new hockey book, or maybe like to celebrate whenever Heated Rivalry season 2 comes out, we'll read books 3 or 5 with the Jewish protagonists and get back into it.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But then I saw a thread, maybe it was a tweet, I don't know, that Ari wrote that was like, it's weird hearing strangers speculate on your gender. But like, I didn't mean to, I don't think we meant that. Like, I think we were just about to start the book, and then we noticed that Ari's name was Ari, and then you and I started talking about, like, it made me feel bad that it seemed like we were speculating about it. I think we just I wasn't speculating specifically, like,
I thought we were more I was talking more about like, it's interesting when almost all the books we read are by women, and it's interesting when those people try to write male protagonists.
Right, exactly. But this wasn't the case, and we learned that. But we learned that right away. I looked it up right away.
Yes.
But then I felt bad because someone commented like, oh, that sounds funny. And Ari was like, I wouldn't say funny exactly. And I was like, oh, I hope that we didn't make them uncomfortable.
Mm.
So I apologized via DM, and Ari said it was fine. All good.
Great. Well, that was nice of you.
But then it did occur to me that we have read mostly women, but some non-binary authors.
Yeah, of course.
Zan, Roz. Okay. Should we dive in?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Malya and I went back in time in multiple ways.
Yes.
Because for this episode, we read The Gilded Chamber, which is a novel of Queen Esther by Rebecca Kohn.
Uh-huh.
This book was written in 2004.
Yep.
A little bit before we met.
Right.
And it takes place during the Purim story.
It's a retelling of the Purim story.
It's a retelling of, but it's not a modern day retelling. It's like a retelling.
Right. It's like a midrashic style retelling. Is that appropriate use of midrashic?
Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but
it's like imagining new details around the bare bones of the Purim story that we get in the Megillah.
okay. It made me want to go back and just read the Megillah straight up in English, which it occurred to me that you have probably had to do in your schooling.
Sure.
So how bare bones is it? And how much more detailed was this?
I mean, this was a lot more detailed, but I don't think it deviated from the bare bones. It's just the Megillah story is pretty bare bones. Like it gives the general plot points. But like, for example, there's nothing overtly romantic between Esther and Mordecai in the Purim story.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, let's just backtrack. What did you think of this book?
I enjoyed this book. I thought that it was sad overall. It was a downer. I feel like the Purim story in the Megillah is more uplifting. This book was not so uplifting.
There were parts of this book that read to me like a straight up horror story.
Right. Like I said, not so uplifting.
The Gilded Chamber. I mean, this book was very upsetting. I don't know that it'll surprise you because I think this has happened every time anything remotely historical has come up for us. But like reading this book for me was there's things in the end, there's things about this book I liked. And I think I took a lot away from it. Okay. Getting through it was like homework for me in a way I have never had for this podcast.
Wow.
Or in any reading that I've done in my own life, because in my own life, if there's a book that I start that I'm not into, I'm not necessarily motivated to try to finish it for any reason. The only time I would do that is for the pod.
Sure.
So
I feel that too. And I also feel like, and I feel like this is like so cliche, but I feel like when I was younger, I would try to push myself more to like finish a book. Now I'm just like, I'm not into this. I'm moving on.
Yeah. YOLO. You only live once, and there's too many good books out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But although I will say, like, certain books I'll encourage people to push through because, like, The Safe Keep, I could see someone being like, what's going on here? But I think it's worth pushing through because of the twist.
Totally.
But
yeah, I said that. I felt like it was The Safe Keep was a bit long for me, but totally worth pushing through.
And if you had, let's say you stop before the twist and then
Right.
But did this feel like homework to you? Is that what you were agreeing about?
I mean, what I feel like about this book is that it picked up more toward, like, there was a long beginning period where she was just in that harem, and you were just kind of hearing about, like, horror after horror of these women.
That was the horror part for me.
But it was like nothing was really happening. She was just like, meaning, because knowing the Purim story, I knew what had to happen to get to the end, and it wasn't progressing. We were, like, on the equivalent of, like, 3 psukim in the Megillah for like a third of the book.
Right.
And I was just like, when are we gonna start moving ahead here? But I think there was a lot of time spent on like setting the scene and building this world of this harem where these women, it's like nothing good can happen to any of these women. Like even if you get the best possible fate option is still a misery.
Complete misery.
Yes.
This was terrifying.
That's what I'm saying. Even when you win, you lose.
Into my nightmares. I think it haunted me. It was haunting. So first at the start, she's orphaned, and Mordecai's her cousin, but she thinks that she's going to be betrothed to him.
I think she was supposed to be betrothed to him. Like when she lived in Babylonia as like a small child, I think her mother would talk about like one day she was going to marry her cousin Mordecai who lived in Persia.
And you're saying that's not a part of the Purim story at all.
Correct.
This entire book, she's pining over her cousin Mordecai.
There's nothing, I think that I think that there are like some midrashim that they were married or they were something like that, but in the actual text, it's like they're cousins and that's it. And that's it. There's nothing. There's nothing.
There's definitely something here. So she's pining over him the whole time.
Yes.
Vashti was such a, word you're not allowed to say in this book. She didn't know that word wasn't used, but she was horrible.
Right.
Why, as a kid, did I like sometimes dress up as Vashti? This book?
Right. Well, right. I mean, because you're thinking of it in a much more like cartoonish sort of way, because I think that's how you learn about it as a kid. Like Vashti didn't want to come see the king, and then like she got pimples and a tail, and like I don't know. You imagine her as more of just like all these people are just very two-dimensional, I think, when you're a kid.
Right. In this book, she was a nightmare.
Right. Well, she was kind of like a spirit that kind of hung over the whole thing. You didn't really see her that much, but she was just like her.
The tales of what she was like.
Yes.
Not good.
No, not good. Scary.
So then Esther gets taken from her home?
Well, first her parents die like horribly and she gets sent from Babylonia to Persia. She's living with Mordecai, thinking like one day she'll be old enough and he'll marry her. But then instead, she gets taken by the king's soldiers to participate in this beauty contest to find a new queen, which is part of the Megillah.
But she's put in this harem that's like a windowless torture chamber with all these women, and they're like drugged.
Yes.
That's
not in Megillah, but it makes sense.
They're drugged in the most harrowing, haunting scene where all these women are given this elixir.
Right. It's like some kind, they call it wine, but it's obviously some kind of like tranquilizer or something.
100% something else. They don't know what's happening to them. Then they're like washed and poked and prodded, and like oils being put in their hair to like get lice out or make their hair shiny.
That is in the Megillah. It's like they have to do like 6 months of baths and 6 months of creams. It's like a whole year of preparation to go to the king.
They're getting poked and prodded on drugs.
Yes.
And waxed, and I don't know what they're doing. Feeding them certain foods because they want them to look a certain way.
Right, like plumpening them up. Like it's a whole thing to like get them fit, the way the king likes,
ready.
I guess.
The way that he likes.
Right. And also like, oh my God, the scariest part was what's his name? The guy who's the head of the harem, the
eunuch?
The eunuch who's like obese, like so huge. He seemed like a nightmare to me, like something out of something out of a crazy, I don't know what, like a freak show.
Like it was so scary.
It was very scary.
The only people that can interact with these women are eunuchs, because otherwise they'd try to fuck them.
Right, ostensibly. And
so there's just all these eunuchs around.
And there's this one eunuch who's like the head guy of the harem, and he's just like this. I don't know, they would depict him as like he can barely walk because he's so huge, and he's just like weirdly like, I don't know, just like touching all the women and giving detailed advice about sex, how the king likes things, and I don't know, it's just very gross.
I'm just reading this book just disgusted. Yeah. Meanwhile, Mal, you were like, let's read it next week. And I hadn't started, so I had a weekend to just pound.
Oh, you had to rush through it.
I had to binge through it.
Right, not so bingeable, this book.
And I did. Remember, I was like, I'm done. I'm ready. Because can I tell you, I had to? Because if I didn't get through it fast, then I would just be like living in the nightmare.
Right.
Wow,
I hear you.
The king's harem.
That king's harem, and everything about it was just like, again, it was like, the women who were being poked and prodded and getting all that stuff like you described, they were the lucky ones. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they were like still virgins, still being beautified, still getting ready for the king. The other options were to be like thrown to the soldiers to just be like raped every night, it seemed like, or to like come back from the king, just kind of be in the harem. If the king randomly decides to call on you, then you get called. Otherwise, you're just kind of hanging out in the harem.
And if you get called, then what? You get called to a disgusting king where you have to do the things he likes.
Right. And then also it's like if you get pregnant, you like can't keep the baby, they like take the babies away.
It's horrifying. It was The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, it was kind of terrible.
Anyway, it's really hard to read.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, it was definitely, this book is not a romance.
Oh, but this book is not a romance.
Erotic. It's somewhat erotic, I guess. I mean, in a hard, in a scary way.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to make the joke, I don't want to king shame anyone, but this was really...
You do. You kind of do.
I don't want to king shame anyone unless anyone found anything in this book sexy, and then shame on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, she gets picked because she's Queen Esther.
Exactly. Again, long wind up to her getting picked, though. Like, that's the thing. That was the part where I was like, okay, I get it. She's in the harem. It really sucks. Like,
but
she
you're
has
like,
all these
I know
friends.
where this is going.
Right. I know where this is going. She has these friends. Also, like, everything. Like, some of them are like kind of bright-eyed and like, yes, like, we're going to go to the king. Like, isn't it exciting? And it's just like a parade of horrors that's awaiting them. Like, no one's coming back from the king happy.
Right. And she's not allowed to say that she's Jewish. And then she has a friend down there who's like, she notices maybe like isn't eating Reese's Pieces after her meat.
Mm-hmm. Good call back
so
there.
she realizes that, she's keeping kosher, or she's only eating fruit, actually. Like, there was one friend who was like truly trying to eat nothing that was cooked.
Right.
Because she was just completely unable to eat anything that wasn't kosher.
Right.
She was eating like only grapes or something.
Right. She also has like a
Oranges.
servant. She meets a servant who's Jewish, who like becomes her like trusted servant.
Right.
And all these women are revealing their own like tales that are equally horrific.
Just
right? Like it's like all these older women are like, let me tell you about my horrifying story.
But it's just like also all these survivors who are just like surviving through this nightmare. Just like, it made me just feel like, how did we get here? You know what I mean? Like that this was like, if any of this is based, the eunuchs, the rape, if any of this is based in any reality, which like some of this is historically, this is obviously it's historical fiction, but like I think this seemed like a kind of well-researched book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Definitely the Megillah.
Right.
In the Megillah, it's like they all get taken to the harem. The harem is overseen by eunuchs. That's like in the text. They have like 12 months of these creams and bathing. When they get taken to the king, they have one night with the king, and then they go back to the harem, and they stay in the harem, and they don't come unless the king calls for them by name. So that is kind of, I mean, that's pretty horrible in and of itself.
At one point, like, a bath was carried into the room for them.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, like it's like such a small detail. Okay. But like they like carried in a tub into the room to give a tub, and I'm just like so confused about plumbing and water and like what's happening. Like I just
they're carrying tubs.
And then they just like, is there a well? What?
Who got the tub carried in?
Maybe the eunuchs carried the tub in to wash them up.
I see. Yeah, it's weird.
I just...
That detail didn't stick with me, but I hear you.
Just, what's happening?
It's a lot of elaborate...
Anyway, she gets her own place.
Right.
That's what the Gilded Chamber is.
She, like, becomes the favorite of the head eunuch, basically, and he decides he's gonna, like, make her into, like, the king's dream woman, right? And she goes through all these, like, very elaborate, like, her hair gets like dyed a different color. I don't know. There's like very insanely elaborate beautification processes.
So many oils
and colors and prep, just so much prep. But then it works.
It works, yeah.
And the king like falls for her and makes her the queen. But that's the thing is like, I think when you're a kid, you're like, oh, she won the beauty pageant. She's the queen. Like she's so lucky. Like, but like, no, it's like even worse in Nightmare. Oh. I mean, I guess it's not even worse. It's like, I guess it's better in some ways, but it's still, she's like in a prison.
An absolute prison.
The king is like a horrible, like they did I really liked, the author did a good job of depicting like giving some of the male characters that I feel like are I always just think of as like, never really thought about their personalities that much. Like the king, like in the Purim story, he just seems very passive and kind of like an idiot. I think that's usually how he's depicted in like these from stories of Purim. It's usually like the king is kind of a dummy. Like,
no, here he was just a total dick.
Here he was a dick, and he was also just kind of like, someone who's just like so like kind of like so involved in like opulent life and like debauchery, I guess, that he's just become kind of like, I don't know, weak and sort of like distracted. I thought it was a very good depiction of.
So I don't know if this is different than in From depictions, but like I feel like in the past 20 years of me being in preschools and hearing the story, it's like, and he loved to party. He loved parties.
Right.
But like he loved parties. He really loved parties.
He really loved, like, his whole life was just a big party. And that's why he was kind of like, sure, Haman, do whatever you want. Like, he was really looking for someone else to, like, be the real king. Because he just wanted to, like, drink and
be surrounded by jewels and ladies.
What?
And be surrounded by jewels and ladies.
Exactly.
And gold.
And then I also thought it was a good plot twist that later on, the author makes it like he's impotent, the king.
Right.
Like he's drinking too much and he can't.
No, he cannot.
Can't anymore, which is kind of, I think Queen Esther's like, is more than happy with that.
But, a eunuch in his own way.
Exactly. That was also that was just a good, like, good little twist.
So then Haman comes in at one point.
Haman enters the show.
I was waiting for a while.
Again, like I said, it took a while.
Grog but then once ready, grog her out. When is it coming?
Right. But then once that happens, things start moving quickly.
Very. Very. She's still pining for Mordecai, though.
The whole time.
The entire time.
Yeah. And there's very little interaction between Mordecai and Esther. I guess in my vision of the Purim story, I always imagined they were like still in regular contact. I don't know why exactly.
Maybe in this, it was just like eyes and masks and
right. They really
eyes through fabric, a veil.
Right.
Horny pining.
But totally unrequited.
This was a weird one. It was.
I mean, it seems like, she does, like, to some degree enjoy having sex with the king when he still can. And kind of, like, has some, like, I think she's scared of him, the king. But I think also, like, she's just so alone. Poor Esther. She, like, has no one to love.
She really is. And then also once she gets taken out of the harem with all of her girls, she's stuck alone in this apartment. She's even in a jail cell. She's in an opulent jail cell.
Totally. And then, the crazy thing also, which is so depressing, and that also I didn't really think of, in the Purim story, it's like the conflict is that, like, Haman wants to kill the Jews. And it's like, how are we going to survive? Haman wants to kill us. And then it's like, oh, Esther rescued us. Hooray. It's a happy ending. But in this book, it's like, that actually happens, like, there's still a quarter of the book left. Like, Haman is hanged, but then it's like, Esther's still a fucking prisoner. You know what I mean? Like, if Esther's story is the real conflict, it doesn't get resolved by Haman being hung. She's just like, still the same miserable life she had. Exactly.
Here's the thing about me saying that this was a weird one. This was like a feat of a novel.
Yeah.
Like, this not being my cup of tea is completely irrelevant to this being like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
I think it was a very cool book.
It's a cool book, and it definitely conjured a whole world, which I think, and
oh
really,
my God.
Yeah, which I think
it'll stay with me forever.
Also, one interesting thing is this. So you pointed out when we chose this book on our last episode that there was no ebook, because it was kind of created. It came out before ebooks. But I mean, to me, that indicated that like there hasn't been a ton of new demand for this book. Otherwise, there could be an ebook, but there isn't. And then, okay, so then I was like, oh, I'll just look and see if my actual library has it. I looked, I could request it. So I requested it. 2 days later, I get a notification that it's arrived. I go get it. The physical book from my library. Okay, the spine says storage. Like,
they pulled it out of storage for you?
They pulled it out of storage for me. Like, it's not a heavily circulated book, right? Okay, so then I have it. I'm reading through it. Then I get a notification it's due in a few days. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll renew it so I can have it for when we record the podcast. I go to renew. Can't renew because someone else has requested it.
Oh, it's a listener.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's a listener. And that's why someone else, there's now a line for this book that was in storage for the last 20 years.
Oh, the power we have. Single-handedly changing the course of the reading. Listen, I don't want to turn anyone off of reading this book. I think this is something that people should read on Purim.
It did have very red tent vibes. I don't know if you read those books, but it does have a red tent.
It said that even on the cover, I think.
Yeah, it does. But I think that was accurate.
Definitely. It was something. There's a lot of questions for discussion in the back.
Oh, I could see this. This is a good book club book.
This is a great shul, like sisterhood book club book.
Totally.
Some scholars believe that Esther's story is harmful because it extols subservience and conventional physical beauty as ideal traits in women. What is your perception of these qualities as they relate to Esther? How did the women in the novel's harem establish status? Do you consider Esther to be a worthy role model for contemporary women?
Oh, wow. Jeez.
I think that's part of why I was having this reckoning, because it's like I never relearned the Purim story.
Right.
Like, do you remember once on Pesach, we were like having a Seder, and I was saying something about the oldest son being sent away, and you're like, sent away, they were killed. I was like, I've been teaching preschool for so long that like,
That's so funny.
Like, I haven't relearned these stories.
I hear you.
You know, and like, this book made me think about that.
Right. Yeah. And it's really, you want to think, it's a happy holiday. You want to think about it. And it's supposed to be a triumphant story. It doesn't feel so triumphant in this book. It's like, okay, she did. And it does have all the, she was a hero. She did it. Like, she conjured, the same like pivotal scenes in the Megillah happen in this book where like she summons up her courage. She goes to the king even though she hasn't been summoned. She accuses Haman. She strategizes and does it in the right way so the king is on her side. But then it's like, but what good does that do her? It's just kind of like one more thing, and then she's still kind of in the same position she was in. For me, that was the reckoning, because you don't really contemplate. I never really contemplate that in the Megillah. Like, she's trapped now for the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't a romance.
Definitely some erotica.
For sure. But also imagine it's like she was like a kid at the beginning.
Yeah, everyone's really young. All those girls are like teenagers when they get
so it's
brought
like
to
you're
the
a
harem.
teenage virgin.
Yeah, like I think she was like 14. She was
taken
really
from
young.
your home.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Being taught by scary eunuchs what
Really
the king likes.
Horrible.
Then you have to go to the king? It's scary.
Yeah. I think that was the point.
Scary. This book
Wasn't
was
that the
so
point, though?
scary. I was so upset by it. And I wasn't just binging because I knew that we were recording. I was like, I had to get through it fast because otherwise I would still be reading it. And I can't keep living in this harem in my head.
We were in that harem for quite a while.
Oh, God.
It's very dark. It's dark. That's what it is. The whole thing is dark.
Yeah. It sure was. What was the petulant what was the petulant Queen Vashti's ultimate infraction that caused her banishment? Why was her life spared? I don't remember that, but what'd she do to get her?
I thought she didn't come to the party.
Right.
Why was her life spared? I don't know, just because she was the queen. And I think I thought in the Megillah he kills her. What?
Because she was his baby mama.
Right. I think in the Megillah he kills her.
Oh, there you go.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does send her away. I always thought that was just
sent away.
The preschool euphemism.
Sent away, just like the euphemism of like the dog going to the country. That like in every story, I think it's sent away because the last time I really learned these stories, I was in like Kita Hey in Hebrew school, and then I became a Jewish preschool early childhood educator, or were sometimes they sent away.
Right. No, see, I think that they were never sent away, but sent away is always they were killed. Now I'm tempted to look back at the Megillah, though.
Vashti, I think it's because she was the baby mama, so she was spared.
In the book, yes, but I feel like in the Megillah she's just killed. There's no babies that are mentioned. But I'll check on that and get back to you next episode.
The novel ends with Esther's escape, which includes an encounter with Queen Vashti. What does the survival of Queen Vashti and her son imply about the nature of political tides? We don't have to answer all these. I'm just looking at them.
Oh, okay, good. Because I don't have any answers. Right, she does escape at the very end, but even then she still seems miserable.
Right. Also interesting, because like, isn't Purim the only holiday where God isn't mentioned?
Yes. What are you saying about that?
I thought you weren't going to catch that I didn't say anything.
Okay, I was like, That is interesting.
No, I was just thinking if God was in the book, I guess is what I was wondering.
Oh, right. No, I don't. God's not really in the book. Is he? Yeah, they mention like the one God. I think he's mentioned.
Yeah, but like mentioning the one God is also the way that they're, referring to Judaism.
Yeah, it's more just like a term, like
a term, a label.
To show like their ethnic allegiance.
Right.
I don't know if she's really like, I don't remember her like being so spiritual or praying to God.
Right. That's correct. Well, this was a lesson. And this was her first book.
It was her first book? Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is, like I said, a feat.
Yes, very impressive.
I can't believe you brought it out of storage and now it's back in circulation.
I'm glad. I think it should, every Purim it should be circulating because if nothing else, it encourages a closer look at the Purim story.
I was so happy that it was at my library.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I could tell they got it from another one in the system, but it came pretty quickly.
Awesome. So maybe it's more circulated than I think. I don't know.
We'd have to get it at some out of print, like reselling thing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No. Gilded Chamber.
That worked out. I think it should become an ebook.
Totally. That's what I'm saying. The fact that it wasn't an ebook made me think no one's been reading this, and then all of a sudden we're dusting it off, and it has a new life. But maybe that's exactly.
It hasn't. This fact hasn't gone to your head as much as it's gone to mine. You couldn't renew it.
I couldn't renew it.
Because another listener of ours is reading it, and that's
what I'm
really
saying.
Wow, amazing. Okay, should we talk about? Well, is there anything else to say about this?
I think we've said it.
We've said it all. Okay. Check out the Gilded Chamber next Purim. Honestly, is my recommendation.
Totally.
And okay, so we are considering.
Yeah.
Reading a book. Molly and I discovered, we learned of a book called Rosenfeld by Maya Kessler. I'm going to read you the description, Mal.
Great.
With a warning. Okay. Noah Simon is a 36-year-old filmmaker who knows what she wants, and when she meets Teddy Rosenfeld, an antagonistic older CEO, she goes for the jugular. An electrifying encounter in a bathroom stall after their first meeting only serves to whet Noah's appetite, and despite Teddy's subsequent rejections, she's exhilarated by the challenge. and by her own instability. In her first power play, she takes a job at his office, setting up a battle of wills that Teddy proves unable to resist. Their ravenous, volatile romance will ultimately unearth difficult secrets from both of their pasts and finally force Noah to reckon with her deepest desires and most destructive impulses. Written with visceral intensity and voyeuristic precision, Rosenfeld is an unput-downable story of sexual abandon that titillates and interrogates in equal measure.
Okay, that sounds good.
I think it's going to be great. I'm excited. I think it's going to be very dark. I think it's going to be extremely explicit.
Well, we're no strangers to that.
I will say, I am not sure how Jewish it will be, though it is named Rosenfeld. And the author's name is Maya Kessler. And Noah Simon, the main character, I think, is Israeli. So let's see. Shall we?
Listen, we've read secular Israeli books before. I think it's an interesting question about what makes books Jewish and Israeli society and how that is woven in. So I'm into it.
Yeah, me too. It was written in 2024.
Great.
Some people really like it, and some people even have compared it, I see in reviews, to other books that we liked.
Great.
Some literary fiction we've liked, like All Fours.
Interesting. Okay, we'll see how we feel about that.
So, okay, that's our next book. If you're reading along with us, it's Rosenfeld by Maya Kessler, and I have some news. It's available on ebook. It is free if you're a Kindle Unlimited member.
Oh.
It's on Kindle Unlimited. And there's an audiobook. So I could tell that this is not going to be an audiobook for you.
I think not.
Because of the explicit nature.
Right.
But I'm actually really excited to read this.
Me too. I think it'll be great.
Yep. Okay, so if you're reading along, Rosenfeld by Maya Kessler is next. This is going to feel less like homework.
I hope so.
Yeah. And this podcast is produced by William Levin and sponsored by Hanukkah Pong, available at newishtraditions.com. It's a menorah-shaped beer pong game. 20% off with promo code Hanukkah Erotica, HANUKKAHEROTICA. Get yours now. Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.
Name's past Allison.
What?